welcome to the Wild West, a place that earned its worldwide reputation for debauchery thanks to a bunch of dopey dudes running around shooting each other for no reason other than it was fun. Same thing's happening in Detroit right now, and at the car companies that are based in Detroit. Welcome the two big guns, a 505 horsepower Camaro Z28 and a 526 horsepower Mustang GT350R. There's no one around except for the sound guy and camera, and some cops. So let's go make some noise.
This is the manliest thing I've ever done in my life.
All right, it's been a long time since I've been a Z28, and the first thing I notice is everything looks like at least a generation old, which is probably a compliment because this car is like 22 generations old. There's a lot of scratchy plastic in here that is... it's disgusting. Anyway, doesn't matter because there's an LS7 under the hood. That is how you do a V8. This isn't a big, honking 7-liter American V8, loves to rev, but it makes power everywhere. And the engine note is pure muscle car. It's just deep, throaty, and violent. Z28's a big car, and good God, I can't see a single thing behind me, or alongside me, or really in front of me. Yeah, visibility is not really one of these cars' best attributes, let's say. LS7. Putter makes torque everywhere. My initial impressions about this Camaro being a little bit old are true. I mean, the Camaro is about to go out of production, and the LS7, this engine, was introduced in 2006. This is kind of old stuff, but it's a really good reminder that there is no replacement for displacement. It is a 7-liter, 7,000 RPM, 505 horsepower V8. It defines this car, and even though there are so many good things about the Z28, the best thing is unquestionably this engine. The shifter's pretty nice, the clutch is really good. It's just a pleasure to row this thing through the gears. I would like to know exactly at what point General Motors became an authority on steering tuning, because this is really good. And this was one of GM's first ever electric steering setups. It doesn't have a lot of feedback coming through, but it's really precise and natural. That's hard to do, especially in such a big car. And it's easy to forget, this is the muscle car handling benchmark. When this thing came out, poof, mind's blown. Had the biggest front tires ever put on a production car. Grip is absolutely huge, and it always takes me a long time, longer than I should admit, to realize I'm not actually at the limit. Other than the fact that it's like as wide as a school bus, everything about this car feels like it's ready for a racetrack. There are no excess body motions. The steering is immediate. And the brakes? But LS7? You can get into some serious trouble in this thing. It is good. Good. It was a really good idea for me to get into this car first, because it's a reminder that it may be going out of production, but the GT350R's target is beat this thing. It has to beat this car in handling, in acceleration, in braking, and that is a hell of a tall order. Oh yeah. All right. If you're gonna spend 65, 75 grand on a muscle car, it needs to feel special. And right away, this GT350R feels really special. It has no back seat, which automatically makes me think cool. Steering wheel also has Alcantara on it, but it's got this really well done racing stripe up top. The seats, also Recaro, but a lot more supportive. No scratchy, crappy plastic. Screens with colors, a reverse camera, switches. I don't know. This car feels special, and I haven't even started the engine yet. Okay, that is loud, but there's an exhaust button to make it louder. I'm gonna get arrested driving this thing. Okay. Wow, that is loud. Where are we, $6,000? Are they kidding? They're kidding. Holy I have nothing to say. What can I say? Do you hear that? Kind of speechless. Don't really need to say anything because I'm just gonna let you hear the engine. Oh my God. Well, there may be a replacement for displacement and it's revs, but you didn't hear it from me because I love displacement. I am speechless or not, it's my job to explain the difference between the two engines. The best way for me to do that is to put both cars on the rollers. With the help of our friends here at K&N Engineering, who are the guys who make the intake for the Z28, we're gonna strap these two cars to a dyno and measure their engine's output. For those of you who don't spend your nights fantasizing about graphs and curves, a dyno, or dynamometer, is a device that measures an engine's output. We're gonna look at the charts and see the difference in how these engines deliver their power, so I can explain how differently they feel on the road. Okay, this was really hot out. 104 and 106, 105 and 106 degrees basically between the two runs. So these are not ideal conditions by any means. Okay, on the top here is the horsepower graph, and on the bottom is the torque. Green line is the Z28, red line is the Mustang GT350R. And you notice a couple things right away on the horsepower graph. First of all, the fun's over on the Z28 before the Mustang even has its horsepower peak. Mustang pulls all the way to 8,200 RPM. The Z28 sometimes will rev to 7,000, sometimes it hits its limiter a little bit early. The other big difference is this huge difference in torque between the two engines. At 2,500 RPM, for example, there's way over 100 pound-feet of torque difference between the two motors. And this is why the Z28 feels so strong down low, and the GT350R feels like nobody's home until 3,500 RPM. And then finally, when we go to the peak horsepower values, they're within 2 horsepower of each other. That is actually not a significant difference. 2 horsepower is within the noise, meaning within the variation we've seen on multiple dyno runs on these same cars. So effectively, these two engines make the same amount of horsepower, and the big 7-liter makes a ton more torque. There it is, chart nerds. Graphical representation of two V8s that make similar amounts of power very differently. The funny thing is the Mustang is not exactly a small car either, but after that Z28, this thing feels like you're driving a GTI or something. It feels tiny. You can feel how much newer the Mustang is than the Z28 through its steering wheel. Because Ford has had multiple generations of electric power steering, this thing not only feels like hydraulic in its weighting, but actually tells you what the front wheels are doing. I feel surface changes, I feel camber changes, I feel my heart being ripped out from this engine. God. This thing changes direction like pretty much nothing this size. And I don't know what does it. Maybe it's the carbon fiber wheels. This is the first real production car application of full actual carbon fiber wheels. And eliminating all of that rotating mass pays huge dividends in responses and the way a car handles. The other big difference between this and the Z28 is that all of the controls feel really light and tactile. Everything in the Z28 feels like it's a little bit too damped and too heavy. This car, the steering is lighter, the clutch is lighter, the brake pedal's lighter, and the brakes react more quickly. And the engine actually revs up more quickly. And that, of course, is the benefit of having a flat plane V8. They respond quickly to blips of the throttle, so I can just blip the throttle and it goes. We're not talking Ferrari levels of blipability, let's say, but this is certainly better than that big V8 in the Z28. It's pretty clear the Shelby GT350R is the far better car on the road, but these cars are about more than that. They're about racetrack performance, and you cannot get close to these cars' limits on the road. So next stop is Chuckwalla Raceway, where Randy Popes can set a lap time so we can find out which one is actually quicker around a racetrack.
Chuckwalla in the desert of Southern California. Have you ever been here before?
Nope. Couldn't you tell that from my line?
Well, if I went by that, I'd think you'd never been to any track before.
Every time I get in the Z28, I'm a little bit scared of it. I have to be honest. It's just wide and big and heavy and, let's be honest, ridiculously capable.
Yeah, it's our best driver's car for 2014, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to fault when a car this big does this around a track.
It has those enormous Pirelli Trofeo tires, 305s all around.
And now the GT350Rs are bigger.
No kidding.
Bigger, 315s instead of 305s.
The beat goes on. Yep. Bigger and better.
You know what else is bigger and better? This motor.
I hate to ask.
This motor is delicious. It is
7-liter V8.
7 liters. That's 1.85 gallons. Don't look at me like I'm trying to kill you. Right on the side of this, it should say 1.85 gallons.
That's a lot.
You're not even noticing. He doesn't even react.
Admirable car control skills. You do have to be a little careful with the throttle, especially the initial.
The initial throttle?
Yeah.
Right. No matter how smoothly I roll into the throttle, and I'm not a smooth driver, it always initially wants to rotate out first, and then it's fine. It sticks there. I would love for this car to tolerate throttle applications a little bit more than it does. Because here we go, on throttle, boom, sideways, and then it's controllable. But every time I get on the gas, unless I'm really trying hard,
try hard, Jason.
Okay, ready? I'll try hard. Okay, we'll just do nice.
Just roll into it. That's it. Yeah, look at it hook up.
Slow.
Oh man, that felt good.
I know, but it wasn't sideways. Boring.
Slow.
You know what I also notice on Chuckwalla is a really smooth track until you're in this car.
It's firm.
It invents bumps.
But the reward is a lot of control on the racetrack.
In reality,
it is stiff though.
It's really stiff, but it's so well controlled. I mean, look, curb doesn't care. Curb doesn't care. Yeah, it's a really well-composed car. Also, you know what the other thing is? This steering, even though it's really precise, no feedback. None.
Well, I agree with you. The car is a little bit numb at the limit.
Yeah, I can just keep turning it in, and look, nothing. As I turn past that point of understeer, there's no increase or decrease in effort. It's almost like the steering system doesn't know that the front tires are sliding. Is that me being picky?
No, I think you have a point there.
Okay.
The Z28 is super capable, but a little bit numb.
And yet most of it you can undo with this motor.
Well, it was the best driver's car.
Wait. BDC is not best drifter car?
Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry, wrong magazine.
All right, I think I'm having too much fun, judging by the look on your face. So why don't we cool this thing down and get into the Mustang. GT350R.
Put the power down. Let the banking catch you. God, you see us, it's so hooked up.
Holy Jesus.
I feel like the GT350R comes off a corner harder and goes through the mid-corner faster.
Christ.
The GT350R is an easier car to drive at the limit than the Z28 is, and the Z28 is good.
It certainly doesn't feel like it does that back-end twitch. Either you're just that much smoother than I am.
Well, I am.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you went straight to the floor there, and there is no back-end twitching.
No, it is hooked up. I love the way this car puts power down.
I can't get over how stable this feels from the passenger seat. I mean, that grip. How did it do that?
That's probably where it's gonna beat the Camaro, is the way it comes off a corner.
Yeah, the Camaro won't take that much power coming out. It
Well,
throws
I
you sideways.
used to think it was pretty good,
Yeah.
but this car is better.
It's a whole new world, Randy.
Whole new world.
A new fantastic point of view.
There are cars like this GT350R that handle so well that it's not work. It's just a pleasure to drive fast. It's that kind of car.
What would you do? What if you had your way and you could ask Ford to do something different / better? What would you ask for?
100 more horsepower. Always.
No.
Let me think about that. Jason, I don't have any complaints.
That's pretty high praise.
Yeah, I mean, the ride handling balance is exceptional in the GT350R.
It's interesting, the car feels so much softer in the straightaways. I don't feel any of those bumps, and then there's no body roll, there's nothing.
It has the body roll, but it's happening so slowly because it's so well damped and so well controlled. Modern technology. Ford has done a great job with this shock system.
Nailed it.
I would love to go around this racetrack in this car all day.
All day.
All day. It's so satisfying. Puts a smile on my face.
Mine too. It's fun even in this seat, I gotta tell you.
So what's next?
From the passenger seat, I have a hard time figuring out which one's gonna be faster. So I need to get out and let you go do some time lapse with a helmet. And
All right.
yeah, let's see what these things do.
All right, because they're two great cars.
Oh yeah, you look like you're really miserable about this.
It's gonna be a pleasure.
I'm this close to crowning a winner for this head-to-head, but these are muscle cars, and the only way the GT350R can win is to win a drag race. So for that, I've brought in my cousin from West Virginia. Meet Bob.
Whoa, wait, hold on. What?
Oh dear Lord. Oh, would you just die already?
Already.
Good Lord! Woo! Damn! Settled then, the new Mustang GT350R left me speechless on the road. It beat the Z28 around a track and reduced me and Randy to screaming idiots.
Oh my God.
I kind of want this car.
It's wantable.
Its 5.2 liter produced as much power as a hyperactive 7 liter. And then it left Bob in his old Camaro Z28 in the dust at the drag strip.
What the hell you mean this thing didn't win? I just took a second mortgage on Granny's double wide to buy one. Oh, damn it.
Victories don't come any clearer than this. The GT350R is the easy winner of this head-to-head. Immediate brakes. Like Jesus. Tony just jumped out of his skin. You right?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that again.
We don't need no stinking turbos.
You giving me that dirty look?
Yeah, I'm watching your eyes.
Oh, I'm just watching.
You keep your eyes into the corner.
What? Do you people hear what I have to go through? I do everything to give you fun, stupid, tire shredding nonsense, and this is the thanks I get?
That was pretty good.
Fine with that. Thank you.